So, hello, we're live broadcasting from the latest update regarding the Litecoin halving, as it happens live as we speak. So, until more interesting news comes in, because I was watching them earlier on and then they were talking about it, but now they're talking about something else. It's a long feed. So, it's a long feed. Anyway, let's say hi to Tay, check on him, check on his week, and try to see how is everything. Tay, welcome on board.
Good afternoon, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone. تحياتي للجميع. I hope everyone's doing fine in this new month and new event in the crypto space. Litecoin halving is happening as we speak. We're entering a new era of time for Litecoin where the halving reward or the Litecoins that will be created every approximately 2 minutes and a half. The block reward now is 6.125 Litecoins instead of 12.5. So a few minutes ago, the last block reward gave us 12.5 Litecoins per block. Now it's giving us 6.21, 6.125 Litecoins per block. This number is exactly the halving reward for Bitcoin, 6.125. This um, this block reward. I got distracted because I wanted to check the Bitcoin halving, the timing for it on the countdown is estimated to be around April 17, 2024. So the event that Litecoin is going through now, Bitcoin will go through it next year in April 2024. Back to you, Rudy.
Yeah, so I've been watching the feed for the last 5 minutes. There's in the beginning, with just a few minutes into the switch of the halving, the rewards, and there's no change, no pre, no post, no nothing, and then we still don't know what's the trend gonna be. We still don't know how it will change. But so far, as per those analysts, they were mentioning, it seems that there is no interest in Litecoin as itself as part of the transactions. And now that the transaction fees or the block rewards are less, so would that be, or is that gonna be a loss for the miners? We are not sure how will this gonna be affecting. We don't have the hashing power actually. I don't know if we can try to find it out, Tay, in a few seconds. I think that gives us an indicator of how many maybe. Is it still pumping, not pumping? Because it's a stability is there on the network. And if you see it for the last year, its price also was super stable.
Yeah.
So yeah,
When it comes to Litecoin hash rate, currently it's 7,000, no, sorry, 747 terahashes per second. Compared to Bitcoin, to be honest, this is peanuts, nothing. And as for the total number of Litecoins to be mined, there are less than 10 million tokens to be mined, to be exact, 10,499,938 Litecoins left to be mined, and the last Litecoin will be mined in the year 2140 approximately. So it depends if the Litecoin community picks up use cases where Litecoin can be transacted, similar to what happened with Bitcoin and El Salvador, bringing Bitcoin to governments. Maybe it's time to bring Litecoins as well to governments. The major distinction here is the founder of Litecoin is still somehow around. He's still involved in the project. Unlike Bitcoin, Satoshi has disappeared since the last time he posted on Bitcoin Talk, and his Bitcoins has never moved since then. Charlie Lee, on the other hand, he has sold his Litecoins a few years ago, and he is still involved in the development of the project.
Yeah, yeah, very, very interesting. I think we're witnessing something where we have to see, will this be also coupled, and will this be the similar to the Bitcoin? Uh, it's hard to guess, I would say. Uh, let's wait and see. So let's share our screen and then go for uh, our usual format. Um, Here we go. So as we've seen, things are currently happening in the back end. Litecoin is working its magic, I would say, trying to be there as one of those major coins. And today is the date. So we still have another 10 months for the Bitcoin halving to drop from 6 to 3 point something, 3.1 if I'm not mistaken, Bitcoins in rewards. So let's wait and see how will this be forward. The community of Bitcoin, we all know the community of Bitcoin, we all know the power of Bitcoin. Is it going to be the same? No actual movement. Today, our title is Bitcoin dipping below 29,000. I got asked on LinkedIn, is it going to continue dipping? I told them, come and watch. And this is where, Tay, you do your magic maybe to answer them. Is it going to continue dipping, or as usual,
Yep.
the beautiful answer that we cannot predict such things even with
Definitely,
whatever.
definitely, Rudy. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody can know what will happen in the next few hours, few days, few months, or even few years in crypto. But usually, what we do is we study the fundamentals of the numbers we're seeing in front of us. We know beforehand the event is going to happen, the halving is going to happen. This will be affecting the supply of Litecoin in the coming days, months, years to follow, at least for the next 4 years. So we look in the past 4 years, what happened when such an event occurred, and where did things go in the future? Of course, taking in consideration that the project is there is a team, there is a community, there is use cases, and. If all these checkboxes are ticked, then logical answer is to learn from the past. How did the event contribute to the price? What did the supply shrink do to the price? And on the link itself on the Litecoin halving, they have a nice price movement or a price action graph that shows the price of Litecoin in the first halving, a period of 4 years, and now the second halving. So let's see how this action will continue from the second halving onwards. The cycles in the price action are getting smaller, meaning that there is less volatility as you are moving forward. But still, it's a simple economics equation. If the demand on Litecoin increases in the future, uh, knowing that the supply will be diminished by 50% every 4 years, and the position of Litecoin in the top 20 coins is enough to make me more satisfied first, and I feel a little bit safer than investing in a new coin that I just heard about.
Indeed, indeed. They just ended also the feed live regarding the halving. So I think they got disappointed early.
Litecoin, yeah, Litecoin community is small compared to the Bitcoin community. The amount of events that happened when Bitcoin halving occurred was insane as well. Uh, but yeah, Litecoin is the silver of crypto since day one. It was established in 2011, one of the early coins out in the market. Personally, I love it, and I think at its current price, it's a good purchase. If Bitcoin pulls back the old levels of 40, 50, and 60, then you're gonna see a much higher.
Yeah. So here we go. Uh, just one small slide on fraud, and then we continue. Um, Fraud is not just about scammers. Fraud is not just about people trying to get you to surrender your keys, surrender your wallet, surrender your to press on a link, or it's not just that. Now we're even talking, and we'll talk about them today. Tay will be mentioning couple institutional fraud. Okay, whereas fraud could be taking a form of a legal entity and operating within normal big fraud question mark, and in the end of the day, they will become a fraudulent company and activities. And we'll mention them as we speak today. There's different scenarios also that is happening, and one of them is SPF. What happened with all of his venture into the world of crypto, from how he was bribing, I would say, politicians, to bribing his court level, trying to get out, trying to run away, and so many other things. Um, let's continue with Tay, and then we'll see more of those use cases as we speak. Tay, I'll surrender the floor for you.
Thank you, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone watching Crypto Talks. We are in week 31 or week 32. Just let me double check. In this session today, we started as we always start with a little more extensive introduction on the Litecoin halving. The Litecoin halving happened just a few minutes ago. It's a very important event in crypto because it shows to the world how monetary policies can be implemented by the use of software and code. Uh, in the case of Litecoin, it is showing how the supply of Litecoin will be diminished by 50% for the next 4 years. This will definitely have a price impact, a demand impact as well. So it's interesting to see it, and we always remind people there will be a similar event in Bitcoin happening in 2024, April 2024. To start our weekly news in this week, week 31, there were major sad, sad news. We lost one of the uh, crypto prominent members due to a crime, due to a murder, actually. We're going to cover this at the end of this session. To begin with, there is a lot of FUD happening now in the market around the specific token called CRV or Curve. Now, Curve is I want to try to simplify things as much as possible. So, Curve is a token that has been under pressure lately because of a new type of finance that is existing in the crypto world. It's called decentralized finance. So it's Curve is part of the DeFi world, and its founder has a possibility to automatically lose the tokens that he is in position, which account to 47% approximately of the total supply. And there is a possibility that he will lose those tokens because automatically it will be sold in the market if the price of this token reaches to 0.31. At the current stage, it's at 0.5. It almost reached 0.31, but there are certain prominent token figures, crypto figures. They intervened and they supported the price at 0.51. This person who intervened is the founder of Tron, Justin Sun, and he supported with a couple of $1 million to allow CRV to survive and not to get liquidated at at the amount of $117 million. So if the price of CRV falls to 0.371, not 0.31, sorry, $0.371, then this $117 million liquidation will automatically happen. So currently it's just around 0.5. This event, plus there was a hack on the Curve protocol, but the hacker was a white hat hacker. He managed to return the funds to the organization or to the team, still affected the price. So all these events are affecting the price of the token. And today we're hearing that there might be a black swan event in DeFi. If a black swan event happened in DeFi, then it will be a catastrophe for many protocols because CRV or Curve token is exposed to different protocols like Ava, like Abracadabra, and a few others. So the lending and the loaning and the leveraging of tokens between different protocols, if one falls down, it will have a cascading event on the others. It's a story we are watching. It's a story unfold, but it definitely will. If it happens, if the liquidation happens, it will definitely be a big lesson for the importance of DeFi and how to build better decentralized finance applications for the future. Our second piece of news for today comes from a law and regulatory approach to crypto that we welcome and we want to see more and more, arresting fraudulent people who are dealing in crypto and who are letting people fall for scams and fall for their lies by promoting fake tokens and fake coins, one of which we are seeing now in Brazil. Braiscompany claimed to be a crypto brokerage company, and it had big popularity in Brazil, but eventually there was evidence that there was a Ponzi scheme being built and there is no real exchange happening. So the police raided it and they arrested the owners. Besides the Ponzi scheme in Brazil, there is a bigger Ponzi scheme that was orchestrated last week. That's why we're covering it in the news for week 31. And SBF was here on, again, a major character in this story. And we put story between parentheses and under two lines. We cannot verify if the information is correct or no, but we're here to share the findings, what the crypto community has gathered. They were able to trace a recent rug pull called Bald, which is a new mem token that was created on the Coinbase blockchain on Base protocol, and it resembled a token of a bald person, which mimics or resembles in turn the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong. Now, because of this resemblance and the story that they put around this mem token, it went up in price 289,000% to go down to zero after the developer he rug pulled the community with around 7,000 Ethereums. Where does SBF come here? The point was one of the crypto analysts, he showed that the wallet that deployed the smart contract of Ball token was the same wallet that was used by SBF between FTX and Alameda Research. And he mentioned as well that the style of communicating on Twitter was similar between SBF and bond token. SBF, or Sam Bankman-Fried, of course, he is the main suspect behind FTX. He's waiting his court to be adjourned again, and while the Department of Justice is trying to push for the guy to be put in prison and not spending the time in his house as a house arrest, he is now the center of this new scam. Again, it's a story, nothing is confirmed, but SBF, according to many crypto sources, might be behind Ball token due to the similarities of the smart contract, due to the similarities of the language that he uses, and his typing style, and a few other factors. After SBF, the I would say the bigger gangster among all of them was Hex, Richard Hart, or the owner of Hex token. He raised billions of dollars when it comes to launching Hex token. He is now under investigation by the SEC for misusing his customer funds, and he bought with them a huge black diamond, and he paid for it more than $100 million. And this money was allegedly used by the funds that his customers entrusted him with X token. So the SEC is suing the entrepreneur, and they're saying that $1 billion in unregistered crypto sales are going on. Luxury items like cars, private jets, and diamonds were purchased with this money, including the largest black diamond in the world. Um, our last news for today, and it's a very sad and unfortunate news that Fernando Algaba, who is one of the prominent crypto figures, I would say, and I mean, the guy was doing really amazing work on introducing crypto to newbies, helping people set up their wallets. He was even dabbling with NFTs lately. So he used to live in Spain. He went to Argentina for a few days and he disappeared. Last week, they found his body dismembered with gunshot wounds to his chest. They recognized him because of his tattoo and his fingerprints. There is no news on how or why. I mean, how we know how he died, but why did he die? Who killed him in Argentina or someone else, and he was put in Argentina. There's a lot of questions coming up, but yeah, more than an influencer, the guy is just it's sad. It's sad to see him go. This is not the first person that we lose. We lost one guy as well in Portugal, uh, Puerto Rico, Mexico. A lot of prominent crypto. Some of them are not even very known to the public, but they did amazing work when it comes to, let's say, DeFi protocols. Like one of the MakerDAO co-founders was as well found dead in Puerto Rico. We covered this news this year in one of our sessions. So yeah, um, again, sad news. Our condolences to everyone, everyone who knew this guy, who knew Fernando, and who worked with him. Rest in peace, buddy. And we gonna end it here. Back to you, Rudy. And I see we have some questions.
Yeah, thank you, Tay. I think it is a sad story, and one of the comments which I totally agree on is what is the number? What number is this?
Uh, I, yeah, this number today I think is number 7.
From the high level crypto
Yeah,
people.
from the high level crypto people, he would. I mean, it's not that his ranking is number 7, but there has been 7 deaths related to prominent crypto figures in different parts of the world.
Yeah, I think the last one was also related to Spain, and it was McAfee himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
There's McAfee. There is the crypto billionaire who went to swim and he never came back.
and
This happened in Puerto Rico. Then there is another guy, which is the MakerDAO contributor and co-founder. He as well passed away in Puerto Rico on the beach. But in this cruel murder uh, in Holland and the Netherlands, we had a few horrifying stories, but it didn't lead to murder in such a gruesome way.
um, today, a lot of misuse, fraud, bad actors. Yes, uh, it happened this way, but usually we try to highlight some good and bad stories. And in the same time, SBF is always the king of the bad stories. Him and Gary Gensler. I don't know who's winning. It's really interesting. What is the outlook from John? What is the outlook on the market? Just arrived, up or down? LTC is live now.
Let's see what's the price of LTC right now. It was $88 when I left. When I just
Last I
still
checked was 92.
yeah still
Still,
$88. I mean, it's still early to see a price action on it. Again, if we go to the Litecoin halving, Litecoin blockhalf.com, I wish I can share my screen with you, Rudy, but maybe I can share an
what is the
image.
website? Litecoin.
Litecoin blockhalf.com.
Okay,
If we can bring the
coin.
website up, Litecoin.
Doing that now.
Litecoin blockhalf.com. I can as well share it with you. I send it in the private chat. Once you open the chart, then we can scroll down, or before you scroll down, we can start with the beginning. So we see how the halving reward now dropped or started a new clock, 1,458 days. Yeah, a little bit under here. Yes, exactly, 1,458 days. This is the new reward date. So on the new date, which is 30 July 2027, there will be a similar event to what we witnessed 5 minutes ago. الله يعيشنا ويعطينا طولة العمر till 2027. But I hope that we can meet all of us here in 2027. And remember, week 31, 2023, we witnessed at least together, we witnessed the first halving event for Litecoin, and we're going to see the next one in 2027. If we scroll down till the chart where the past halving price performance is, exactly here, yes. So here, this is an interesting chart to look at, because in the first halving, this is where the green button, the price action was, and it took this long price movement. In the second halving, the price movement was somehow less. But look at this after the second halving, it like from the second halving, it went to make the dips and then it started building up the market again. So Let's see what the third halving will do from here. But if it is more or less the same action movement, then we expect from 88 to go back to its previous levels and perhaps make at least the same all-time high. If it made the same all-time high, then we're talking about $410, which is a 78% from here. Is this possible? Yes, if it's possible, if Bitcoin goes back to its previous levels. So if we see a total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies being 3 trillion, $4 trillion, then definitely the top 12 coins are making a big chunk of this multi-trillion dollar market cap. Litecoin is one of them. It's in the top 12. So definitely it should make some gains. Litecoin is not going to disappear, just like Hex or any other superficial token, no matter how much you pump money in it and how much you market it. If the fundamentals are not correct, if there is no value, no utility in the token running the network, then it eventually will go to zero. But if there is utility, even if it takes some time, the price action will be healthier and heavier.
Yeah, we have another question. What shall I do with my Coinbase account? I think we didn't highlight the news on the Coinbase.
Did I miss something on Coinbase, Rudy? Can you
Yeah,
remind me?
SEC asked
Yes,
Coinbase to
yes,
delist.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. So this is as well a major story circulating social media that the SEC has asked Coinbase to delist all coins except Bitcoin. Yes, this is true, but this was past news. So this was an old request to Coinbase to delist all these coins. Coinbase definitely did not agree on that, but it was what Brian Armstrong has shared, what the SEC and Gary Gensler has asked him to do. So he's not gonna delist those coins. Um, Regardless, any coin on a centralized exchange is not safe. If you are into cryptocurrencies simply for saving Bitcoin for your future, save this Bitcoin on your wallet and not on your exchange. Hence, we always say not your keys, not your points. But if you are trading, you're after the uh, speculation, investments, NFTs, collectibles, then yes, you have to go to an exchange. Although there are alternatives, but exchange have better user experience.
very good. Thank you, Tay. I think we answered some key questions. I think today on what's happening in the market, and
Yeah.
thank you. I think
Thank you again, Rudy Ilak. Thank you for everyone. One major thing now to keep an eye on for the next week is Curve. What's going to happen with the liquidation price and the token? It will have big effects on the DeFi protocols. Keep an eye as well on the Bitcoin halving from now. I believe we are at a bottom market. We might dip more, definitely. We might go lower, but the uh, the bottom, I believe we have reached it. We've got lit more and more confirmations on the technical charts of Bitcoin, on the monthly and the weekly candles, that the bottom is there, and from there we will be making new heights. Again, Bitcoin halving April 2024. And with that, thank you, Rudy, and see you next week.
thank you, Tay. Thank you, Elias, also for the good words, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.